Okay, we're in Excel Chapter 2 now, Skill 2.1, using functions in your formulas. Functions are basically pre-programmed functions in Excel that do calculations for you, so you don't have to do all the math behind them or whatever the function is doing. The classic example is your payment function to calculate how much a loan payment would be. There's a number of different ways to enter a function. You saw me do that before with the average, but basically if you hit the equal sign in your cell, that means you're using a formula. Then you can just start typing out the function that you're going to be using. Most functions take in arguments, which are basically the values that you plug into that function to calculate the value you're looking for. For example, the payment requires a rate, 5% over 15 years with a $100,000 loan. You can see the yearly, that's a yearly value, that's how much the payment would be. So that's one way you can put in a function. Another way is to allow it to show you the autocomplete. So as I type equal, you saw this with the average, as I type an A, I get all of the functions that start with an A. When I go to V, now I got all the functions that start with AV, and I can put, oh, I don't use this too often, but so I can go in, go down to average, hit tab, I hit enter by accident, and then you can plug in your functions from there. Another way is to come up here into the actual formula box, and you can see this fx. When I hover over it, it says insert function. I can click on that. Then I have a whole list of possible functions here. Right now I'm in the category of most recently used. So you can see the sum, the average, the if, hyperlink, some of these other ones. If I drop that down, I can choose more different categories. So maybe I'm looking for statistical categories. There's your averages, a number of functions that I have no idea what they do. I don't know everything in Excel. There's also financial, number of different ones here. This is probably where you'd find the payment or the future value. That's a nice one to use also. So you can select those that way. And another way is up here is just the auto sum button. If I click on that, there's a number of different functions that I can use right off, like the average. Let me click right here, and if I click average, it'll say, do you want to average these cells? And I can just hit enter, and yes, it does. So there's my average there. Those are just some of the ways you can enter functions. We'll get into the details of those in the next few skills on like how to add specific functions into your Excel. Your code word here for 2.1 is going to be the number 2.